Alright, what is going on y'all? Soul here and welcome back to my story mode. So quite obviously at this point in time we're only a couple of days away from 2022. Working on the script for the review is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to, so I decided to go ahead and push that towards the first week of the brand new year. On a whim I kinda just decided, hey, we may as well kick the new year off with a bang. And there's also the niche fact that none of the assets that I want to use for that video are quite done yet, so we're all doing a little bit of waiting right now, but that's alright, don't worry, it's definitely on its way. News is a tad scarce when it comes to Legends, and BDSP is kinda dry at the moment because we're still waiting on Pokemon Home and other updates for in-game events and things like that, so I decided, hey, why not just do something a little more fun? Looking back on the channel, it's been a while since I've just talked about Pokemon as a whole, not just the games, you know? Believe it or not, I actually do consume more media than just the games. I'm sure that's plenty hard to believe when you've only done videos on 2 games that are Gen 4 related for an entire year, but yeah, it's the truth. So I'm sure that you've read the title, otherwise you probably wouldn't have clicked on the video. Right now, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a wish list of things that I want to see coming out of Pokemon as a whole going into 2022. Oh, before I forget, I also put out a community tab a couple of days ago asking you guys if Pokemon did well or bad for you throughout the course of 2021. I was saying if that gets enough responses, we could do one final response video for this year, but it doesn't mean that the response videos aren't coming back. They'll be here for a very long time to come, don't worry. In that same vein, I was also thinking about making a predictions video for the upcoming year, so let me know how you guys feel about that one. But that just about does it for the nitty gritty. Why don't we get down to brass tacks and talk about some of my wishes for the upcoming year when it comes to Pokemon. First things first, we're going to start off with the things that I do not want to happen. Now this is about to be a little bit of a wild kickoff right here, but I'm just going to go ahead, rip the band-aid off and say it. I do not want Generation 9 in 2022. I'm sorry, but I'm sure that while a lot of you disagree, I'm sure that a lot of us can agree that it is simply too soon for something like that. Now I will admit, Generation 8 is probably the longest amount of time that we've spent on one generation, considering the fact that we got DLC instead of a new game that year, which honestly, I'm definitely okay with. If they were to do more things like that instead of trying to release annual games every single year, I feel like they would have a lot more development time for their games. But that's kind of beside the point. Right now, we are starting off 2022 with a huge new Pokemon game. It's hard to call it a spin-off because it's straight up a prequel. It's literally canon to the Pokemon lore. And it's introducing so many new concepts to Pokemon as we know it that we're more excited for Legends than we were for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, remakes that we've been waiting on for a very long time. The thing is though, it took so long to finally get to a point like this for Pokemon to truly evolve, and even then, we don't really know what to expect from this game and if it's gonna take us the direction that we want to go with the series. At a glance, absolutely, yes, it's a step in the right direction, but we haven't had the game in our hands yet to know if it's truly taking all the right steps. It may have just taken that one and just stopped there. We don't know where it's gonna go next. Whatever the case may be, I just want them to sit down for a moment, and look at the results and feedback of both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Pokemon Legends Arceus. They don't show it well, but they can definitely hear us. It may feel like they're ignoring us for no good reason a lot of the time, but they can hear us. There is no reason as to why the highest grossing company in the world needs to rush out games as fast as they do. If they were to really take the time to look at what they have now and what they could do for Generation 9, Generation 9 of Pokemon could absolutely be the best of any game. You ever wonder why Pokemon games never even end up at things like the Game Awards and stuff like that? It's because everybody and their mother can mostly agree that Pokemon games are never Game of the Year material. As much as I love Pokemon as a franchise, I know that we have all come to realize, especially throughout this last year, that it needs tune-ups. its storytelling is way too weak. There's almost nothing there half the time, and it doesn't make any sense as to why not. You guys have amazing stories, amazing lore for this amazing world that you've built. Why are we not telling actual stories within them? It doesn't make sense. Graphically and mechanically, it should be so much farther along by now. It's taken so long just to get to something like Pokemon Legends Arceus, and that's a prequel, not even a new generation. While I would love to talk about this all day, I'm not gonna keep going with this because I know that we've covered this very same ideal multiple times throughout this year. Long story short, Generation 9 has the opportunity to be the peak, the absolute peak of Pokemon. And they just need to take the time to realize that. That's it. Just take an extra year. Build that game properly. Give it time to cook. That's all I want. Honestly, 2 Pokemon games barely 2 full months apart? We can wait. We'll be okay for a year or so if you guys really need to take the time to build Generation 9. Do it. We can wait. We'll be alright. And, you know, you could also kind of do what you did with Ilka and trust other companies to make more Pokemon spin-offs. Come on, guys. Whatever, I'm barely in the world of business. That's all I wanted to say on that. Moving on. Now, I know this is getting greedy, but I also don't want Pokemon BDSP or Pokemon Legends to just die. For example, just look at Pokemon Sword and Shield. The base game didn't really get a lot of amazing feedback at first, but then the DLC, both DLCs came out, and people completely changed their tune. Y'all gave us a lot of Pokemon, new stories to explore. We got a breath of fresh air in a game that a lot of people considered mid, and it even changed a lot of their opinions from mid to good. Imagine if you had something like that in the base game, and then just improved upon it down the line. Oh man, those games would have gone crazy. Anyway, just saying y'all, updates and DLC can go a long way for both of these games, especially if it helps improve them. I have video ideas for that though that's gonna come in the next couple of weeks after I put the review out, so I'm not gonna delve too much into that. Just know, there's a lot of potential there. Now this next one is gonna surprise nobody, but I'm a little fed up with the anime right now. I guess what I'm saying is I kinda just want this version of the series to kind of end? I'm honestly not really sure how to phrase that without sounding like kind of an asshole, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say I just don't want another season of this current anime. The little bit of plot, the tiny speck of plot that was going to happen eventually already happened like 40, 50 episodes ago. Everything else going on right now is just nonsense, and I can't care anymore. I can't do it. After the last series of Pokemon Sun and Moon, which had a lot of filler and fun, but actual story here and there sometimes, it actually had me a little more interested. You know, the style improved a lot, and I was actually invested. I wanted to see what came out of this new series of being able to travel all over to different regions and things like that, only for it to fall right on its face, have a little bit of plot, and then just nonsense afterwards. At this point, I'm just impatient. I'm tired of whatever this is, and I'm ready to see whatever the hell happens next. I'm done with whatever's going on right now. I highly doubt that there's ever going to be a true Pokemon anime that's going to feed my need for story and plot and character development, but I can dream, which means I can wish. And so I will continue wishing that this form of the anime dies a horrible death. Also, no hate to anybody that's enjoying the anime. By all means, enjoy it. I hope you're having a good time with it. I hope it's still very fun. I just personally, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. Anyhow, the last one here is actually pretty obvious, but I don't want another Let's Go game. If they do that, I might actually have to skip one because there is no purpose to a Let's Go game. If they do it again for Johto, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not kidding. Johto's already boring as hell. You are not gonna make me play through that story again with those mechanics. No way, Jose. You're not getting that one from me. But yeah, that one's kind of self-explanatory. I just wanted to slander on Let's Go for a second. But anyway, that just about does it for things that I don't want to happen within this upcoming year. Now let's get to the fun part. Things I do want to happen. Do I expect them? Absolutely not. but I'm gonna wish anyway, so let's give it a run. My very first wish is that when Pokemon Home does eventually come for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it would be fun to have access to Pokemon outside of 4th gen. That's it. I really just want to use like Phalanx or something against people online. I just want more Pokemon than just 4th gen Pokemon. That's it, honestly. Or at the very least, I would love it if we could get those Hisuian forms into Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. That would be fire, bro. Fire. Just saying, it would be fun to use those in a somewhat competitive setting. That's it. That's all I want. Okay, so moving on to my actual first huge wish. I want Pokepark 3. I honestly don't think that this wish is all that out there. A Pokemon spin-off that would work well for the Switch? Pokepark is perfect, bro. It's such a dumb, easy concept, it's not even funny. All of the mini-games that you guys could create with the Joy-Cons, or even without them, is just plain stupid. It's so easy. A game like that will probably attract a much better audience than you guys think, man. And out of all the other spin-offs that you guys have ever created, Pokemon Rangers, Pokemon Battle Revolution, Coliseum, XD Gale of Darkness, whatever, it is by far the easiest and most sensible spin-off to make work on the Switch. A linear story, some fun mini-game mechanics, and new characters to play as like some other starters? Oh my goodness, you'll have a really good game on your hands. Or hell, at the very least, if you don't want to make a third one, bro, port the first two over. I'm begging you. I would play the second one right now if I had the opportunity, but my Wii is in a box somewhere with missing cables that doesn't even work on modern TVs anyway, so come on. Come on. Also, if somebody says get a Wii U, I'll sock you in the mouth. Anyway, moving on. The next big thing that I'm wishing for is just another mini-series, something along the same lines of Pokemon Evolutions, Pokemon Twilight Wings, Pokemon Origins, Pokemon Generations. Just saying, yo, keep those coming. Those are fire. That is one of the few consistent things with Pokemon that actually keeps me sane. For one thing, it actually delves you into the Pokemon world and the lore a little bit. It explores so much that we don't know about some of these characters and their backgrounds and their histories sometimes. It's so interesting to see these characters in a different light, and it's so unique and fascinating, and I want more of that. I will always want more of that. I'm sorry, but the storytelling done in literally any one of the episodes of any of these series that I just mentioned has outdone the Pokemon media franchise in storytelling by a wide margin. This series proves that Pokemon has lore, it has a world, it has interesting characters, and so much to work with, and it just doesn't. Why? So at the very least, if I'm never gonna get the true Pokemon story that I'm wishing for, then give me more of these little 8-minute niblets. I will take what I can get, because these are the only thing in Pokemon that actually takes the series a little bit more seriously. I can go on for days about how 8 minutes will never be enough to satisfy my hunger, but we have to move on from that, because I will literally never shut up. And now, the last thing on my wish list is something very simple and very obvious. Whatever Pokemon game they do announce, because we know that they're going to announce some kind of game, whether it be Generation 9 or whatever else, I just hope that we don't get an announcement until closer to the end of 2022. We get the announcement, we get a glimpse of it, and we don't get it till down the line. The longer the development time, the more love and care we know that that game is getting to be built. It's really that simple. There's not that much math involved. I will always look forward to the next big mainline game in the series, but I want them to improve as well. It's that simple. But I'm sure that by now you guys get the gist of it. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself because you guys need to have at least some sanity by the end of this year, so why don't we go ahead and call it quits at that. Whatever happens in this upcoming year of 2022, I'm sure that we are going to be all over that business because we all love Pokemon no matter how weird it gets sometimes with the series, but it'll always have a special place in the old heart region, so we know we're gonna keep coming back. hopefully whatever they decide to give us next year, we're not left high and dry for a majority of the year. You remember when we went almost 6 months with nothing? That was crazy. That was a crazy time, but whatever, I'll leave it to them. Whatever the case may be, this year has been an absolute blast. Meeting all of you, getting announcements on these crazy games, getting to know Pokemon more as a series, just understanding it better. It's been a little bit of a wild ride, and you know what? I'm really glad to have been here, and I'm really grateful to everybody that's came out to, get to know me. I've definitely had a very exciting time getting to know all of you as well. So, simply put, here's to an awesome 2022. I hope you guys are ready for the journey that we're going to go on this next year, and I hope you guys will stick around with me for this next ride. So, I'll leave it at that. I want to hear what your guys' wish list is in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I am always going to be down there with you guys. I want to see what you guys are looking forward to when it comes to 2022 regarding Pokemon, or hell, if you don't even want to talk about Pokemon, what games are you looking forward to? What movies or whatever else are you looking forward to? I'm curious as hell. Tell me in the comment section below. You know that I'm down there with you. But with that, I'ma skedaddle on out of here. I would like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the absolute greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this. And with that, I'ma get up out. Thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!